To most people, everyday life is simple. Chatting casually, attending social events, or handling sudden changes feels natural. But for INFJs, those same normal things can feel emotionally heavy and mentally draining. Their inner world is deep, intuitive, and highly sensitive to emotional and energetic shifts. So what others see as ordinary, INFJs often experience as overwhelming. Let's explore 8 normal things that are secretly exhausting for the INFJ personality type, and why they process the world so differently. 1. Small talk. Small talk seems harmless to most people, but to INFJs, it feels like emotional static. They crave meaning, truth, and real connection, not empty chatter about the weather or last night's show. When the conversation lacks depth, their energy fades fast. It's not that they dislike people, they just struggle to connect when words feel hollow. To an INFJ, the heart of a conversation matters more than the words themselves. 2. Large social gatherings. While many people enjoy social events as a chance to relax, INFJs experience them as a sensory storm. They pick up on every tone of voice, subtle emotion, and hidden tension in the room, often all at once. That constant awareness can drain their mental and emotional energy quickly. Even when they appear social and composed, they're often quietly waiting for the moment they can slip away and recharge alone. 3. Constant emotional demands. INFJs naturally attract people who need someone to talk to. They listen deeply, understand unspoken emotions, and genuinely care. But taking on the emotional pain of others can quietly overwhelm them. They absorb more than they should, often forgetting to protect their own boundaries. Eventually, they become emotionally exhausted, and yet they'll rarely admit it, because they don't want to let anyone down. 4. Too much digital noise. In today's world, endless scrolling feels normal, but for INFJs, it's mentally and emotionally chaotic. They don't just see content, they feel it. A sad story, a harsh opinion, or even subtle negativity online can linger in their minds for hours. They process information so deeply that too much input leads to complete sensory overload. That's why INFJs often disappear from social media. It's not rejection of others, it's self-preservation. 5. Sudden schedule changes. INFJs may seem adaptable, but internally, they rely on structure to stay balanced. They like to visualize how things will unfold before they happen. When plans change suddenly, it throws their entire sense of order off balance. They need time to mentally prepare for experiences, not because they're rigid, but because it helps them feel emotionally safe. Unplanned changes force them to reprocess everything, which quietly drains their energy. 6. Superficial relationships. INFJs can't do shallow. They need depth, emotional honesty, vulnerability, and meaning. When relationships remain surface level or full of pretense, they feel disconnected and empty inside. They can sense when someone's words and energy don't match, and that false harmony leaves them uneasy. Even surrounded by people, they can still feel utterly alone if those connections lack authenticity. 7. Being misunderstood. Few things hurt an INFJ more than being misunderstood. They often think deeply, communicate subtly, and act with quiet intention, but others may misread them as distant, cold, or mysterious. The truth is, they simply don't reveal everything they feel. When people judge them without understanding their depth, it reinforces their sense of isolation. All they really want is to be seen for who they are, not for how others interpret them. 8. Pretending to be okay. INFJs often take responsibility for keeping peace around them. They'll stay calm, listen to others, and comfort everyone, even when they're falling apart inside. They hide their pain to avoid worrying anyone else. But pretending to be fine takes a massive emotional toll. Over time, this quiet self-denial leads to exhaustion and burnout. They need safe spaces where they can drop the mask, stop caretaking, and finally express how they truly feel. Life feels deeper for the INFJ. Every emotion, word, and moment carries layers of meaning. What overwhelms them isn't weakness, it's the cost of experiencing the world so intensely. Their empathy and insight allow them to heal and connect in ways others can't, but they must learn to protect their peace in a noisy world.